Hi, my name's Chris Allen. I'm a physiologist here at Marylebone Health Group, and my main role here is delivering strength diagnostic testing to our wider client base. What is strength diagnostic testing? This is something that a lot of people can be a little bit confused around what it is and how it can help them. So really, strength diagnostic testing allows us to profile the physical competencies of individuals, and we're able to use that to assess their capacity, vulnerability, and wider performance abilities. And we're able to provide them with a numerical output that we can use along their rehabilitation journey or their performance journey to set goals for them to achieve. The main sort of reason why people would want to come in for a strength diagnostics assessment is you might be an individual who keen sports person or a keen runner, or you've just been battling with an ongoing injury and you've come in to see our physiotherapist. What would normally happen is once they've been able to assess you, they would then refer you into me for some strength diagnostic testing, and that could look we have kind of three levels of service and can look a little bit differently based on who you are and what your kind of situation is. In essence, the three sort of main levels of service that we would look at is one, we look at single joint efficiency and looking at one specific joint. And really, that's kind of looking at almost an agonist and antagonist profile of that area. The second option, or another option that we have, would be looking at a kinetic chain profile. With that, we'd really be looking at how well you're able to transfer forces throughout that kinetic chain or the system. The third and sort of final kind of higher level service that we would offer is an athletic profile. And this one really looks at the higher level strength for individuals that need it. And we can also include some jump testing within this. And this might be for individuals that want to run, individuals that want to get back to a high level sport. They may want to understand a little bit more on how to train and where their training might need to focus. Another thing with strength diagnostics that I often see is people inquire and they tend to think that it's mainly just for individuals who have an injury, and it's really not. We're able to kind of tailor any request or any testing options specific for the individual. So you don't have to be injured, you don't have to be a high-level sports person. You could just be looking for a little bit of information around yourself as to where you might be strong, some areas you might be a little bit weak, and how we can help you in delivering a program based on the data to improve those areas. The next question I get a lot about strength diagnostics is, what does an assessment look at? And that can be really difficult to answer, but really the main structure that it will follow is you'll come in, we'll get some anthropometric data around yourself, and this could be as simple as just your height and weight. We'll put you through a warm-up and a movement preparation to ensure that you're ready to do maximal contractions, because that's the main sort of thing that we're going to be using or asking you to do, is not looking at like a 1 rep max for a back squat. That's not necessarily what strength diagnostics is for us. We can use that within strength and conditioning sessions. Really what we're going to be doing is asking you to produce maximal isometric contractions at specific positions that's going to allow us to kind of give a deeper look as to where you can produce force, where you struggle, and how that relates to the situation or the circumstances around either an injury or your performance. Once we've collected that data, we've put you through a movement prep and a warm-up. We've done the maximal isometric contractions. I'll then be able to give you a little bit of real-time feedback and go through the results in brief with you just before you leave, so you have an understanding as to what we've collected, how it might relate to you. But this will all be included in a bespoke report for you. And like I said, that's going to make sure that we always tie these results and the information back to what that means for you and how these results influence what we're going to be doing from either like I said, a rehabilitation perspective or a wider performance perspective. Once you've received that report, you're then able to, if you have any questions, get in touch with us and we can set up a call to discuss. It may be a case, depending on how you've been referred in, where the physiotherapist and myself will discuss the next steps in terms of exercise program, or if you've not been referred by a physiotherapist and you're coming in looking mainly for testing around your performance and how to improve that, we can then engage in a structured strength and conditioning program with myself or some of our strength and conditioning colleagues to really maximize what you're doing.